Hey guys, welcome back. And today we're going to talk about sales tax and your resale permit, sales tax ID. Different states call them different things, different sellers, different brands, and wholesalers all call them different things, but it's your permit to collect sales tax. So you definitely need that usually for your home state. For Amazon, some places that are collecting them already, but if you want any kind of wholesale accounts, you need them for every brand or wholesaler or reseller or whatever it is that you're buying to resell. If you don't want to collect sales tax, Walmart even accepts that. You can go and register on Walmart's site. You can go into the store and register with your sales tax ID, and when you're buying items for resale, they'll give you a card at Walmart, but it's specific to that store. So you can register at each store and they'll give you a card, and you just show that to the cashier, and you won't have to pay sales tax on items that you're using for resale. But the most important part is when you want to open a wholesale account, you have to have that for every company you open a wholesale account with. If they get audited by the IRS, they have to prove that they were not required to collect sales tax from you. So that's one of the first things every brand or wholesaler is going to want. So with that, we're going to get right into it. The easiest way to find, since this is a state or county sales tax, it's going to be different for everybody. So TaxJar has put together an awesome resource, and I'm going to go over to their page. We'll have the link in the description down below with the link to get here, and you just select your state. We're in Florida, so I'm going to click on Florida, and it's going to show me, it's going to pull up this guide. It'll have a guide for each state. A lot of it has to do with what you need to do as far as sales tax nexus, if you have nexus in this particular state, and what that all means for your Amazon account. But however you're selling, if you're selling online, or even if you're selling, have a retail store, everybody needs this same part. So I'm going to skip down to how to get a tax permit, because that's what we're talking about today. Here it says how to register for sales tax permit in Florida. Sellers with sales tax nexus, again, that's not something we're worrying about in this video. This is mainly for you to be able to set up wholesale accounts. So all we're going to do is go to how to register for a sales tax permit in Florida. And it takes us to this section. And we're going to go down to this part now. It's going to look similar for whatever state you're in. Every state, there's only a couple states that don't do sales tax permits, and they have other options. So how to register for sales tax in Florida or your own state, and it has a link right here, registration and account maintenance portal, which is going to take us to here. And we're on this page, we're just going to you're going to scroll down past all this gray stuff, and we're going to go down here to register online to collect and pay taxes or fees. You can search for it, but a lot of states it's a little complicated finding where to actually go to register. So I recommend all our students use TaxJar just because it's so easy. So we're going to go to register online to collect and pay taxes or fees. Super simple. You're almost positively not going to have an account if you're just opening a new business. So we're going to go to create user profile. And on create user profile, we're going to create a username and then verify the same username, email address, and enter it again, and then password and enter it again. Create new user profile. And when you create a new user profile, then you're going to be able to apply. If we go back to the Florida Department of Revenue page and we scroll up here, this is going to show you that You can also file via paper. Of course, most people still aren't working because of COVID. Depending on when you're watching this video, you can fill out this form DR1. And DR1 is for a Florida business tax application. And then Florida DR1N kind of has all the rules. So this is the actual application. So you can fill this out and send it in the mail, or you can just do it online. So if you've watched my previous couple of videos showing you how to register an LLC and then register an FEIN, you have to have an LLC or some kind of business organization to get an FEIN. So that's the reason why you had to do that, is to fill the FEIN here, the Social Security number, or your visa number if you're not a citizen of the United States. Florida partner number if you're registered as a partnership and not an actual LLC or corporation. Consolidated use and tax filing number if you file consolidated tax and use returns, which you're probably not doing if it's a brand new business, and a county control number if you are reporting tax for where the business is located. So then we're going to fill out business entity, why you're applying. So not currently registered. That means not currently registered to collect sales tax, which would mean if you're a new business. So date of the Florida taxable activity. If you haven't done anything yet, you can enter today's date. If you've already been selling on Amazon, you can enter whatever your start date is. If you're applying for additional locations, rental properties, etc., most of you are just going to have the first one. And that's it for the first page. And then there's going to be some more options here, mostly for changing or acquiring businesses, same as we talked about with the FEIN number. Now here's the legal name of your business. This is going to be the legal name that was on your LLC, for example. So if it was me, it would be Shawn Mayo Masterminds LLC. Or if you have also if you have a business trade name. So if you have a legal name and then if you have a name of your business and then you have a store that has a different name, you would enter that there. Again, physical address, they're going to want physical and separate mailing addresses if those exist. If not, you're just going to repeat the same information, the same as with the other registrations. Asking if you're only open during a portion of the calendar year, so if you're seasonal, only open at Christmas time, something like that, then you're going to enter that there, because then they're only going to be requiring you to file your tax returns during that period. Form of business ownership, so sole proprietor, partnership, if you're a corporation, an LLC, which is what we are, and etc. There's a bunch of options. Just select the one that's yours, which you should know from filing your business to begin with. And then this is going to ask, you don't fill all this out, you only fill out the section that's about you. Sole proprietorship, if it's a partnership, and so on. There's basically the same information. You can copy it directly from the other forms that you filled out. Primary nature of your business and what you're selling. So, if you're selling on Amazon, you can say you're selling, that you're an online retailer, and that the type of products you're selling, if it's toys and grocery or whatever it is, they just want, a general idea of the type of things you're selling. If you start selling sports, they're not going to come after you for that. Or you could say, just that you sell, all general goods is fine too. Like I said, they just want, a short summary of the type of products that you're selling. Now this is if you acquired a business, if you bought a business, you're registering a new tax ID, or if change in ownership. So most of that's going to be left blank. And then you're just going to check whatever you do here. Sell products at retail to consumers is basically what most of you are going to be filling out if you're some kind of an e-commerce business. And then there's just all those same options. Again, vending machines. A lot, you're only going to fill out a small portion of this. There's a bunch of pages. We're on page 7 already. There's a 15-page long form, and it's going to be the same thing that you see online if you filled it out online. But again, you're only filling out the things that apply to you. You're not dealing with any kind of solid waste. So all of these are going to be no. Reemployment taxes, etc. If it's just you, then most of this is just completely unnecessary for you. Communication service taxes, documentary tax stamp, gross receipt tax on electric power and gas only applies if you're selling electrical power or gas. Severance taxes, Miami-Dade County Lake Belt fees, so that's only if you're in Miami. Of course, if you're in a different state, that's not going to apply, but there may be other things, so you just need to read them carefully. And if you have questions, I've helped hundreds of people fill these out for most of the states, so if you don't understand something, you can always just shoot us a message and we'll be happy to help you out. This is to enroll to file and pay tax electronically. If you're going to need to pay taxes, a lot of states, you're not going to need to pay taxes at all, especially if you're selling on Amazon, because Amazon's already collecting. They're already collecting, of course, but they're remitting that information to the states already. So if you're in one of those states that they've passed a law that they file the information electronically already, then you won't have to fill these out. You'll basically be filling out $0 for what you collected, because Amazon collected it and they're submitting that information for you. Authorization for email communication. One more thing on this, though, you're going to want to fill this out so you can pay electronically. You'll still have to say that you collected $0, because you're paying taxes on what you collect. So if Amazon collected it, you didn't collect it, then you're not on the hook for it. Your declaration that everything's truthful, and you sign it, and contact information, and that's really all there is to it. And the online form's exactly the same. So you can fill all this out and mail it in, or you can do it online. Florida, it's free. Most states it's free. There's a handful of states that charge you to apply, but it's a very small nominal fee. So not a lot to worry about there, and that's all there is to it. Now, if you guys have any questions, please reach out to us. We'll be happy to help you, and we'll have links to all of these pages, and as well as the other videos on creating a federal employment identification number with the IRS, as well as creating the videos on creating your own business, whatever that may be in your own state. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.